This is RTV6 News at 7, working for you.
Health officials say it was always a matter of when it would happen, not if.
And tonight we have the first confirmed case of the coronavirus in Indiana. Good evening. I'm Amanda Starantino.
And I'm Mark Mullins. The patient was treated at Community North Hospital in Marion County. He contacted health officials saying he believed he had symptoms of the virus. He had just returned from a work conference in Boston where positive cases have been identified. He drove to Community North last night and waited in his car in the parking lot until healthcare workers in protective gear came out and took him inside through a side entrance.
I want to reassure you that no patients, no other caregivers were exposed to this individual. Because of that, I want to state, especially for the patients that are at any hospitals today, that they should still feel comfortable that their loved ones are safe. There's no risk of them getting infected right now.
The patient was transferred to a location that is not being made public, where he is in isolation. Health officials say his case is considered mild. Right now, the state and Marion County health departments emphasize the risk to the general public is minimal.
Word of the state's first coronavirus case comes as Indianapolis welcomes fans for basketball tournament action. Extra precautions are underway here at Bankers Life Fieldhouse as leaders work to protect fans and keep them safe for March basketball. Now, you'll notice signs with health tips on them and extra hand sanitizer around the building. You may also notice extra employees wiping down all of the surfaces fans touch. Leaders say they do a good job of that on a regular basis, but they are doing it more frequently now as precaution. We asked fans if a confirmed case of the coronavirus here in Indiana would impact their plans.
Definitely concerned, but I think people are kind of panicking a little bit more than they should be, because I think that, you know, the regular influenza is just as bad, worse.
Probably sanitize my hands a little bit more, but besides that, typically don't get sick too much in the wintertime, so we always wash our hands and, you know, cough in our arms. It's kind of the common sense type things.
Leaders say they hope fans continue to follow guidelines set out by the health department, and they say at this point there's no reason to believe any cancellations or changes will be made when it comes to events at Bankers Life.
RTV6 has been working to prepare you and answer questions that you might have about coronavirus. That includes finding out how local first responders are ready to go in case they come in contact with someone who may be sick with the virus. Only on RTV6, we met with Indianapolis EMS and learned how their ambulances are equipped and how they respond when someone has symptoms. If you call 911 with flu symptoms right now, medics will ask if you've traveled overseas. If the answer is yes, responders will give you a surgical mask to guard others from your germs, which is a good procedure in a flu situation anyway, they say. Then responders do more protective equipment.
The responders would wear what we call droplet and contact isolation. One of the things we wear is a gown. It may be blue, maybe yellow. And this is just if there is coughing, if there's sneezing or anything that might make droplets. This just keeps it off their clothing. The respirators people use are reusable devices. The provider would wear, of course, gloves. This is one of multiple types of face shields. This is a disposable one. It just slips on your head.
What does this help do then? What is the...
This is, again, pretend now I'm the patient. If I'm ill and I cough, I make this aerosol mist of fine droplets, and those droplets stick on basically what they see, what they fly at. So this would catch those droplets so they wouldn't be sticking on your face or get in your eyes.
At the end of the day, this is a process to keep the patient and the medic safe.
Continuous, yes.
All the time?
All the time.
Again, health officials say a solid way to reduce the spread of the coronavirus or any virus is to keep up good hygiene. Wash your hands frequently, wipe down surfaces with disinfectant, and stay home from work if you get sick. In light of today's news, a very timely special report tonight on ABC, 2020 Outbreak, What You Need to Know. It's anchored by David Muir with reporting by ABC News Chief Medical Correspondent Dr. Jennifer Ashton. This 2-hour special begins at 9 o'clock right here on RTV6.
Look what's made a late-day appearance on the western horizon. A good burst of sunshine. The sky has been clearing in western Indiana, all of Illinois. The cloud shield will slowly make its exit to the east this evening. Perfect time of evening, though. Just love how everything's outlined. Check out the walking bridge there over to the Indianapolis Zoo and White River Gardens across White River. Temperature this afternoon, 35, way below average. Look what happens by the end of the weekend. Our temperature will climb into the low 60s. The This happens gradually. We'll take a step forward during the day tomorrow and then finish the warm-up process on Sunday. The wind is calming down. It's not calming down. That will continue. It's still gusting over 20 miles per hour in spots. Northwest wind right now at 18, and it's a cold wind. Makes our wind chill 22 in Indianapolis and Peru. Temperatures still just above the freezing mark. 33 in Indy, 35 down in Bloomington. When the sky clears tonight and the wind calms down, we've got a cold night ahead. Temperatures in the low to mid-20s tomorrow morning. Don't panic. Sunshine will help, and a south wind. Temperatures by mid to late morning already up to 37. Then as you look at the wind direction, first thing in the morning, it's light out of the north. We'll flip this. We'll start to see a south wind that increases a bit during the afternoon hours. That will boost our temperatures around 50 degrees. Much of central Indiana, could be a spot or two a little warmer to the south.
New at 7, a Lafayette school teacher faces a child seduction charge for allegedly fondling a student on school property. The Tippecanoe County prosecutor says 25-year-old Matthew Smith put his hands up the shirt of a 16-year-old student in May of last year. Smith taught math at Lafayette Jefferson High School, but this year he was reassigned to Tecumseh Junior High. He is now on paid administrative leave.
New tonight, 6 employees at the Howard County Jail have been fired, accused of inappropriate activity with inmates. 2 incidents have been referred to the Howard County Prosecutor's Office. The sheriff released the records Friday afternoon following a request from Call 6 Investigates. The sheriff tells Call 6 all staff receive extensive training on policies, including trafficking with an inmate, relations with inmates, and staff-inmate communication. All 6 terminated employees previously received the training. And Wayne Township fire investigators say a fire at a vacant mobile home park appears to be suspicious. The fire this morning damaged 3 empty mobile homes at the former I-70 mobile home park on West Moore Street. We have been covering this mobile home park for months after residents were told to either move their homes or leave for good. After our reporting, the Attorney General's office stepped in to provide more time and more resources. All the residents had to be out by February 21st.
Time is running out for state lawmakers. They have just under a week to wrap up their current session, and several key bills are still on the table. Our Ray Steele has the STATEHOUSE Roundup.
State lawmakers cannot control the clock. So since they're trying to get through their business before next Wednesday, we're going to go through all their business from this week in 60 seconds. And that means the RTV6 shot clock is back. It looks like a needle exchange program might be back for counties trying to control HIV and hepatitis. Lawmakers balked at making the program permanent, but now it appears they will agree to a 1-year extension. Some call it the Hill Bill, as in Curtis Hill. Lawmakers voted to bar the Attorney General from holding the office if he's suspended from practicing law for 30 days or more. And now we also know the governor supports the bill. Hill faces a possible suspension over allegations of sexual misconduct. An amendment that would essentially ban panhandling from large parts of downtown areas is still moving forward. That's despite legal threats from the ACLU of Indiana. And in the battle of Indy versus the State House, a possible compromise. House Speaker Brian Bosma says talks are underway to give the city a break on a push by some Republicans that would force Indy to raise more private money for Indigo's future rapid transit lines. Notice we said possible. There's no deal yet, and time is just about up. Working for you with State House Roundup, Ray Steele, RTV6.
2 kids are missing and their mother is not helping in the investigation. Now the FBI is putting out a public call for help. That story when we come back.
Plus, how the coronavirus scare is causing a boom for some well-known retailers. The news at 7 continues after this.
Work weekdays from 6 to 10 a.m.
This is RTV6 News at 7, working for you.
The mother of 2 missing children was in an Idaho court today facing multiple charges, including felony abandonment.
She has continuously refused to say where the children could be. ABC's Marcy Gonzalez has the latest on this case.
All rise.
More
More than 5 months after her children were last seen, the mother of missing siblings Tylee Ryan and JJ Vallow back in Idaho and facing a judge.
That bail will be set at $1 million.
Lori Vallow charged in connection with the children's disappearance, extradited from Hawaii.
Dad, Lori, can you tell me where your kids are?
Where she and her husband Chad Daybell fled last fall after police went to their Idaho home for a welfare check on the children, tipped off by a call from 7-year-old JJ's concerned grandmother.
September, they got increasingly. I was like, we are so worried about JJ.
Police believe the couple lied about the children's whereabouts, telling officers JJ was with a friend out of state and reportedly telling others Tylee had died a year earlier. The 17-year-old was last seen September 8th at Yellowstone National Park. The FBI now releasing these photos of the family and asking anyone who has more images of them or Lori's brother's truck from that day to send them to investigators. Relatives hoping their desperate questions could soon be answered now that Lori is finally behind bars in Idaho.
He's not with family. Who has him?
And JJ's grandmother, as well as Chad Daybell, were in the courtroom today. He has said the kids are okay, but refused to elaborate. Lori's shared no information about the children. Her attorney says she plans to defend herself against these charges. Marcy Gonzalez, ABC News, Los Angeles.
And the coronavirus is not hurting Costco sales. The retailer is boasting growth in the latest quarter. That's largely because customers are stocking up on cleaning products, food and household essentials, and some shoppers have even been posting pictures of long lines at Costco stores.
Instacart is adjusting to the coronavirus scare. The grocery delivery service has rolled out a new feature called Leave at My Door Delivery. It gives you the option to have an order left by your door during a designated time frame instead of having an in-person handoff. Instacart says it's been testing the feature recently, but decided to go ahead and roll it out because of increased demand in recent days.
I'll feature a few highlights in the weekend forecast. This is one of them. Dry tomorrow and Sunday. We'll roll out a few more. You can see the rain returns early next week.
Go Hoops. This is banking. A Fifth Third better.
The FDA is promising to crack down against fake CBD products. CBD is a hemp-derived product that has only a tiny amount of the THC that's an ingredient in marijuana. The FDA has approved only one CBD-based prescription drug so far, which is used to treat epilepsy in children. The agency says it has concerns about the other over-the-counter uses of CBD that may pose a risk to the public. The FDA expressed concerns about the potential of liver damage, use of CBD by pregnant women, and interaction with other medications. It's a rift that some women feel that when they go to the salon.
Women with short, simple cuts still end up paying way more than a man, even if the time it takes for the haircut is the same. As Annie Taylor reports, a new way of charging by the minute aims to change that.
I'll go to work and people are like, oh my gosh, your hair, and it's great, and it's a confidence booster and stuff.
Getting a great cut for anyone can do wonders on your mood.
We're really able to help people express themselves.
At B Sweet Salon, giving unique cuts is nothing new, but how they price them is cutting edge.
Our salon is gender-free, especially when it comes to pricing.
Owner Danny B says clients pay by the time spent in the chair, not by their gender.
It's an arbitrary way to price a haircut. It's sexism in a place like where it doesn't need to exist.
On average, women pay about $43 for a cut, while a man pays $28 on average, according to the Beauty Association.
I've been liking the length, so we're not going to cut too much off.
Before coming to Danny, Emily was tired of paying more for her haircuts than her husband was paying for his, even though she says their time in the chair was the same.
Like the price would often go up every year, and it definitely came to a point where I was like, well, I guess I shouldn't be getting my haircut as much because I can't really afford this anymore.
It's not just haircuts that are priced by gender. The pink tax has brought to light the extra money women pay for products such as razors, shampoo, clothes, dry cleaning, and more.
It allows us to see where things are gendered and where they don't need to be. How have you been?
Hairstylist Avery and Sophia Marie says it's about making everyone feel included.
We have a really unique opportunity to meet people from all walks of life.
Besides giving great cuts, Both Danny and Abrian believe equality and inclusion is just as important.
I just hope more companies and salons keep doing this. It's so important, and yeah, it's 2020. It's about time.
I'm Annie Taylor reporting.
And this weekend, many of us will be adjusting our body clocks and getting one less hour of sleep on Sunday at 2 a.m. Daylight saving time does go into effect. Losing 1 hour may not seem like much, but that small change can be a big deal for your health. The CDC says many people are not getting enough sleep to begin with, so the additional sleep shortage can lead to deadly consequences. Statistics show the Monday after the time shift is linked to an increase in traffic car accidents. Now, also, adults who miss out on even 1 hour of sleep a day are more likely to report health problems like diabetes, depression, and heart disease. Experts suggest you use the time change to reset your sleep habits to make sure you get enough rest.
Or you can go to bed an hour earlier the night before.
I am not complaining about the excuse to say I have to stay in bed longer.
Right, exactly. Whatever it takes, right?
And we'll get some good-looking sunrise and sunset.
Yeah, that's good to hear.
Through the weekend, we'll get our practice in. This is kind of interesting, isn't it? Would you say it's eerie?
Oh, that's cool looking.
Oh, it is, yeah.
Yeah, so what's happening is we had that burst of sunshine, and that's where you see the pink on the horizon, but then the gray of the cloud cover, the cloud shield is still there, and it's quite the contrast.
Wow, sure Kevin, you're so artsy.
Yeah, well, it's nothing I did. It's the work of nature. 7:07 tomorrow morning, sunrise, 6:43 sunset. Then we change the clock, and everything's about an hour later. 8:06 on Sunday for your sunrise, sunset at 7:44. As you look at the snow shield, this snow shower activity for spinning to our east, that's what brought a dusting in spots this morning, certainly a trace of some snow. And I think snow is going to be harder and harder to find as we move through the rest of March. Above average temperatures will continue in the 7-day forecast and beyond as temperatures get to around 60 on a few occasions. We're cold now. It's the wind that's been such a driver in driving these wind chill temperatures down into the low 20s. 31 an actual temperature in Crawfordsville, 32 anywhere up US 31 from Indy through Kokomo, Tipton, and Peru. Temperatures during the overnight hours will fall into the 20s. We'll be close to it at 11 o'clock tonight. The sky will gradually clear for the rest of central Indiana. It will just take a while from west to east for the clearing line to pass over your area. Temperatures in the morning. The wind will be much calmer, so the wind chill won't be as big a factor. Temperatures will be in the low 20s, and we move from there into the upper 40s. If 50 is our goal, we'll fall short of that in a couple spots tomorrow. We've got full sunshine, south wind 10 to 15 miles per hour. Temperatures in the metro area right at 50, just a little warmer in the southern portion of the state. And the south wind during the day tomorrow will increase on Sunday. The stronger wind will gust over 20 miles per hour once again. That will bring even warmer temperatures our way. The warmer temperatures now sit west of the Mississippi River. They'll be pulled into central Indiana for the second half of the weekend. Already by noon on Sunday, we'll be at 48. The benefit of starting with temperatures about 15 degrees warmer. Afternoon temperature 61 with that mixture of clouds and sunshine. Temperatures above average not just on Sunday, but early next week as well. 47's the average high. Look at the overnight lows. They'll be back into the 30s. Just want to show you Sunday night into Monday morning. Off to the west, the cloud shield and eventually the rain. Our probability for rain Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, pretty high. Monday and Wednesday. Our rain chances diminish a bit, as you can see on Tuesday. Temperatures over the next several days will stay above average, even beyond the 7-day forecast. No hint at any Arctic blasts. 7-day forecast is free from really cold air. Overnight lows into Tuesday morning, for example, at 50. Temperatures, when they cool down from our 61-degree temperature Sunday and 60 on Monday, will stay in the mid-50s, generally speaking, for highs the rest of next week.
Sunset on Sundays at 7:44 p.m.
Enjoy.
Yeah, thanks, Kevin.
Wow. We'll be right back.
Call 1-800-CALL-KEN.
Are you a coffee or tea drinker? Turns out your beverage preference could be influenced by your genes. Researchers in Japan studied data and food preferences of more than 160,000 people. They discovered genetic links for 13 dietary habits, including the types of drinks and food people consume. Experts say information like this could help nutritionists and doctors better personalize diet recommendations. I think caffeine just is in my blood, so there you go.
Through, right? Happy birthday, you're under arrest. That's exactly what a North Carolina woman who just turned 100 wanted to hear. Ruth Bryant happily celebrated her birthday in a jail. Bryant says she's lived a century and has never been arrested. She wanted it off her bucket list, and the police obliged. Like that, click. Deputies showed up at her assisted living center and handcuffed her. She even resisted arrest by playfully kicking them. The deputies gave Bryant a round of hugs and a jailhouse portrait. Click. She returned to her retirement community and celebrated with a party and a good story.
Where'd she dream that up, you think?
It was in her bucket list. Who knows what else is in that bucket? All right.
Okay.
Let's get it back here tonight at 11.
I feel like that could have gone so many ways.
It did.